me is just like this global warming. It's getting worse. We're in a really interesting time, and weather is one of the quickest indicators that we are in interesting times with everything, because there's just no way. I mean, I will walk out the house, I feel like some days, with half one side will be a tank top, the other will be like a long sleeve sweatshirt, just because I don't know. I walk outside, this is where we're at, but where will we end up by the end of the day? Just interesting. It's really freaking weird. I just want to go away. To what, like far away, like island me out the country. But
Maldives me.
Maldives me. So yeah, no, that's really sad. And I'm prayers to all of those families that have been impacted from all over. And are still dealing with some of that stuff that's happened. Well, I just really want to, because we haven't been on here in so long, there's so many topics to really unpack here. One of the topics of interest that was just everywhere, I can't say that the majority of us were shocked, but it still nonetheless was a juicy topic, was the Derek Jackson, right? Derek Jackson and his wife. Yeah. Yep. Not too long ago, I want to say maybe a year ago, Derek Jackson, he's known for being like a relationship. I would like to say he would consider himself a relationship coach.
I said specifically to women, like he targets single women.
That's his target audience. Recently, year ago, whatever, it came out. I didn't even know the man was married. There had been rumors that he was married, but he never posted his wife. We kind of always had to speculate. And then it also came out that he was cheating on his wife, right? With multiple women, right? It was multiple women. It wasn't just one. It was like several women. And people were saying that he got someone pregnant. I mean, it was a big mess. And his wife chose to stick beside him. But it was how she chose to stick beside him that really got the viewers going. Because it was almost like she was condemning the world for how we viewed her husband's hiccup. And she was like, putting out things, basically trying to tell us, death to you all, right?
But she cursed everybody. She cursed everybody.
She's supposed to be a woman of faith, a lady of the cloth. And it just was very off-putting, because I'm like, this is something that you probably should just be quiet on, or maybe say your piece, but this is something you need to deal with in-house, right? Fast forward to a couple weeks ago, he was caught with another woman. In Miami, I think it was. He was with another woman. It wasn't his wife. They verified. And then shortly after he was caught with another woman, rumors or a report came out saying that they were filing for divorce. Speculation could be, okay, well, since he was caught, let me hurry up and issue this. We're getting a divorce thing, so that way I'm not back in the media for the same stuff that I got caught up for not too long ago, right? That people are saying that could have been a possibility. But more importantly, I think for the wife, for her to have been so outlandish to all of us, just for her husband to go back and embarrass her again, was really interesting. Two people who choose to be married for whatever the reason, there are things that happen in a marriage all day, every day. And what you choose to accept and deal with and work through, that is your business, whatever. I just am very careful about, if I were to be in that situation, putting other people down to defend whatever it is that I've got, because this is something that could happen again. And then I'm looking crazy because I'm trying to fight all of y'all instead of dealing with it with my man. And here comes the embarrassment again. So it's almost kind of like, well, then what was all of that for? Like, girl, if you're going to stick beside him, just stick beside him and do this. We don't need to know anything. I will say this from the beginning. I don't see how he was ever with her. I'm going to say that, because she's a bit much.
Well, I'm going to say this. I'm going to play devil's advocate for sure and be like, of course, when I seen the situation and I seen her demeanor on camera and how she was cursing everyone, and I mean, it made me uncomfortable. It was damn right demonic, where I had to pray. Like, I literally had to pray.
Demonic is a great word.
Holy Spirit. I had to surround myself with positivity after that, because, she did curse everybody, and, she cursed everyone's kids and their wives, and she wished that people's husbands died. Anyone who ever spoke ill of her and her husband's relationship, that's what she wished on everyone in the final days. Okay. But what I can say is they've been together for a long time. They have a lot of kids, and we don't know what has gotten her to this point. I don't want to be too harsh to judge her or her mental state, because she's obviously been going through something, and she doesn't seem stable to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't seem like she is in her right mind when she's, cursing everybody out. And even when she was up there with him in that bonnet and she was sticking beside him and he was sticking beside her marriage, when he got caught cheating, she didn't look completely all there. You know what I'm saying? It looked like she had checked out in some way. Now, I'm not saying that condones her behavior of like blaming everyone else for her failed marriage, but they've been together for like 9 or 10 years and she has kids. And I can definitely tell that Derek probably has changed. He glowed up in front of everybody. He got millions of followers. He got a lot of money. He got fame. And that definitely wasn't who he was to start. He was like a church guy, military guy, somebody very low key. So if you're in a relationship with somebody like that, they completely change on you. It's like, well, damn, you was like me. You were low key like me. You were plain Jane like me. You weren't about the glow up and stuff. Like, now you want a baddie. Like, now you're with the Instagram baddie. You don't want the church girl anymore. Like, she looked like she was a good church girl and he was a good church guy or whatever, but he has completely changed who he is. So that can be traumatizing to somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm not going to judge her too harshly, because I know if a woman's dealing with so much for so long, it can change everything about who she is, or she's just completely crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so I pray that that's really not who she is, and that, him moving on with this girl who seems to fit his new lifestyle, that will bring her some peace, because obviously that's not what she needs in her life. Like, I just pray that she really do know God and she'll come up out of this very negative cycle she's in, because I feel like this is probably the best thing for her, because that man was never going to stop cheating ever, and it's just better to let him go. He was probably happy that those pictures came out. I feel like he was probably waiting for something for her to get the hint that he wanted out of the relationship.
Yeah, and I just wish that we as women specifically, we deal with our men that we have commitments to and really, really hold them to a standard of accountability. I know me and a few of my girlfriends were talking about this the other day, and we were just like, God, why do we as women, we're the first thing we do is go after the women. Although you may feel like in that moment that's a natural, maybe that's a natural thing for us, right? Is that we naturally go after the other woman, and you decide to stick beside them. After you're done beating her up, going off on her, dealing with her, then what, right? And then are you going to do that for every time he meets somebody? And like, at what point do we deal with the problem? I guess is what I'm saying. I'm not saying that, you're right. I'm not playing a judgeful place. I just want us as women to get to a place, specifically women, because men, I don't feel like have the same issue, because it's a double standard, really. I mean, a lot of men, you think about it, they wouldn't deal with half the things we as women put up with or choose to put up with, right?
At all.
But I just wish that we as women collectively get to a point where we start holding the men that we have commitments to accountable in whatever way that looks like for you guys. Especially if you decide to stay.
Yeah, I feel like most importantly, definitely just leave before you get to the point where you don't even recognize yourself anymore, or you're up here talking crazy. You know what I'm saying? Cursing people's unborn children for what? Because your man is a hoe? That don't make no sense. That's crazy. So, yeah, it's just like, stop trying to tolerate shit y'all not okay with. That's the biggest thing. Because every time, and that goes for everyone, because when I try to tolerate some shit I know I'm not okay with, I'm going to start acting outside of myself, because I'm, making myself deal with some things I don't want to deal with. So, yeah, just stay tapped into yourself, y'all, because whole world out here, people will choose them every single time. So you got to choose you.
Choose you.